drastically, just probably in the last 3 or 4 months, but since joining the MPB, my life has changed drastically, and it's going to continue to change, I'm sure, and it's changed in a positive way. I'm just going to share with you a little bit about my story and how I got here. I'm climbing the ladder like everybody else, and going through the bumps and the grinds and whatever. I don't know about the word rejection because it doesn't mean anything to me. But I'm going through the numbers just like everybody else and working my way to diamond as fast as I can and beyond. I love network marketing. I always loved network marketing. I'm a manicurist by trade, 36 years now. And I know I really look 29, but you have to put these things on at 29. It's really quite embarrassing. But my background, like I said, is in cosmetology, and 36 years I've been doing this. I'm thinking, where's the drop-off point? You can't do these kinds of things forever. I've always, loved that industry because I was independent, and I loved making my own schedule, doing my own thing. So network marketing is kind of just another entity of doing that. I've always been that way. I've always been an entrepreneurial. I remember selling, like pill bottles and puppies and kittens. Sometimes my sister. I would sell anything, to make some money. And I would, buy the things that, that a 7 or 9 or 12-year-old wants, like candy and shoes and clothes and, what have you. But my introduction to network marketing was like, if most people, it was like with Amway. I never got involved with Amway, but I always loved that concept. And I know a lot of people in network marketing that make a lot of money. I've joined a couple of companies. I usually do that. I did that when I was staying home with my kids. And like Afton alluded to, you stay home with your kids and you think you don't have a job. But you really do. You have a full-time job. If you have a husband, you have kids, you have a job. And so I incorporated one of the companies I was with. I was doing it as a stay-at-home mom. And people would say, well, you don't work. Yeah, no, I work. I have 2 jobs. I'm a full-time mom, and I'm a network marketer. And that's what I do. I got into the industry at a time where people would pay $4,000 or $5,000 to join the company. And I did that. And I did it a couple of times. And I always knew that I had to, I really didn't think I'd go back into manicure. I took a little 8-year break. Never really thought that would happen. But, the economy got crazy. And I ended up going through some changes in my life. I had to go back to work. And here I find myself at, 50-ish. Early 50s, thinking, how long am I going to, do this nail thing? And it's been great to me, but I had to find a point where I had to drop off. So the companies that I was with this auto ship thing, and then, when the economy went bad, everybody would drop their auto ships. Except for me, I'm a great duplicator. I do what I'm told. And I never drop my auto ship. I still have an auto ship from another company. I don't promote it, but I use the products because I like the products and they work for me. But I also went back to school and got a psychology degree, which you actually need that in manicuring. And you need things. You may need it in network marketing, I don't know. But it's been very effective. Now I've got student loans to pay off. I went back to work. I work 3 days a week now, and I just incorporate what I do in my everyday business. Like I mentioned, I got involved with a couple of companies. They were great companies. And I really, when that all happened, I thought, I don't ever want to do this again. I just don't want to ever build an organization again because people, I don't know how many people that lie. People lie to you. They lie to you. They say they're going to do this, and they don't. And I think one of the things is that in those companies, I think the missing element was I was never trained properly. I was trained by people who were making money, but they were training me from their 5th year on. They were in the business for 10 years. And they started training me at the point where they started making money. And they didn't take me down to the ground level, But anyway, so fast forward a little bit, I had been kind of, done with the emotions fell up, and I never wanted to do it again. I was married at the time, and my ex-husband, he was unemployed. He thought that this would be a great opportunity for him. And then he blew out and went back to Kentucky to fix his house up and kind of left me holding the bag. And I really wasn't excited about it, to be honest. I just wasn't going to do it again. I wasn't going to do it again. And then I started getting these emails. I'd spent my $210 and I thought, well, you know, it's just $210. Where is it? I'd like to, you know, do something with it. So I started taking a look at it, and it made sense to me. It was groceries. It was a one-time investment. And I started reading the emails, and then I heard Sue on a conference call last night, that one night, like on Tuesday night, and she sounded just like somebody that I was in another business with that I loved and respected. And I just listened to her, and just the flavor of her voice, the kindness in her voice, and then I would meet people like Rob. He came out to Las Vegas, and we just became buddies. And different things happen, you know, meeting people like Debbie and, you know, and Ted, and the caliber of the people. I'm like, I am so in. I am so in, because as I found out with Dale's training, I am a dominant child. I just want to have fun. I want to have fun making money. I think Chuck might possibly be a dominant child. Right, Chuck? We want to make money and we want to have fun. So anyway, oh, thank God the talking stick now. I need one of these, don't you guys? You can sell these maybe. Talking them, you see them? Yeah. Sell these.
What's that?
Yeah. Anyway, I got started, you know, and I cycled 2 or 3 times in that first month, and I got together with a friend of mine, and we were starting to compete, you know. And I think really and truly, like I said before, you know, the vision for this company is much bigger than you can see right now. And that's what I'm going to talk about in just a second with my PowerPoint. It's going to get bigger and better. And, you know, I want to just kind of ditto what everybody before me has said. You know, we're just getting started. It's tiny right now, really, but the vision is what you have to have. And it's going to get bigger and better. You're taking the same money. It just makes sense to me. It made sense to me then. It makes sense to me now. And with all the new developments and the compensation plan that's coming, you know, together right now, you can't be in a better spot. I mean, and I can't be in a better spot. So, you know, and I take all the companies I was with before where people had to come in at $4,000 just to get on board, and then they've got a garage full of products. You know, this is totally different than anything we've ever done. And with Dale Coward was introduced to MPB, and actually I started really getting involved with it when Rob came out to Las Vegas, and Rob was so excited about what we called Phase 4 at the time. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this Phase 4 thing? What's this Phase 4 thing? And I didn't understand it, and then felt like a great duplicator. I went on, got on board, got my first CD. And that first CD changed my life. I thought, this is the missing link. This is what we needed. We needed that training. I had heard some of the stuff before, but not in the way that he portrays it. And what I really realized when I saw the compensation plan that was attached to the training, I thought, this is the huge residual income that we need. And this leads me to my presentation today. My subject was called Gateway Power. And honestly, everyone needs to be in. It does require vision, though. I mean, if you take it, some people will come into the company right now, they'll look at it. Some people won't come into the company. They will look at it, I'm not impressed by groceries. That doesn't impress them. It requires vision on our part. You know, don't look at, you know, you have to look beyond what's visible right now and see what's happening in the next few years, because that's going to be the difference between what you did in the past and what your future's going to look like. I know many of us, myself included, you know, we've been with other companies and we've had a little bit of success or none at all. But, you know, you don't want to, if you don't have vision, and a lot of people don't, you're going to miss this opportunity to be in front of something that's going to be much bigger than anything that you've ever done before. A mega trend, you know, and a lot of people just lack the vision, you know, to see that. And it's unfortunate, you know, but a lot of us do have the vision. I have the vision. The gateway for me, this is me summing up what I see, okay? The gateway for me is our insurance that our vision for the future will become a reality. And our mission, obviously, is to become the largest online grocery delivery company in America. And the value that this brings to families that you and I know and love, I mean, it says it all. What difference does it make if you join the Gateway? For some reason, I was telling Dale this last night, I can't get this out of my head. If you were at the last convention, you heard the Night with the Frogs. All I could hear is them going, second year. Next slide, please. We're only in our second year. We barely tipped the iceberg. You know, and if you see what's coming, you're going to want to be there, you know. The journey has just begun. It ensures your success, too, in two ways. Being involved in the Gateway ensures the fact that it's going to be done right, and you're going to be able to duplicate yourself. One of the things that is a problem with our industry, as I've alluded to earlier, is that too many people join the industry without a clue how to do the business and how to train others to do the business. You know, they end up getting burned out, and then they may go and bash the industry or whatever. But at MPB, you know, we have that golden opportunity to learn the proper way from the ground floor. And it doesn't matter if you've been in other network marketing companies. You know, getting started, you know, with our training program in the Gateway, it just ensures your success. And it's not just the success of the business, but it's also success in life. And to accomplish this, we need to make sure that everybody's going in the same direction. We may need to make sure that we're all using the same system. We need everybody to be on the same page, and that is the #1 purpose of the Gateway, is to ensure that. If you've got people going off in different directions and stuff, you know, it's going to cause a lot of confusion in your organization. And #2 is the money, and the money is going to come if you will learn to do the business at the ground floor level. Okay, this is my funny slide. I can't really compete with Chuck and Afton with their slides, but have you guys seen the movie Multiplicity? Anybody seen that movie? How they clone, you know, and they clone, they get down to the 4th one, and the one on the right is a little bit off. You know, that's kind of what I think about when I think, you know, if you don't follow the system, you get one over here that's like a loose wire, you know, and then it kind of blows your whole, you know, your whole deal. Anyway, that's my portion of the the benefits of you know, being in the Gateway and receiving the training is that, and you know, there's other products as well, but the training is going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time. It's going to eliminate frustration because you are not alone. Dale has been frustrated before, and you'll see that in the CDs where he's been. And there's the aspect of internal consumption. Everybody in MPB will be in the Gateway, hopefully, and we'll all be internally consuming those products with the training or if it's the other products. So that's going to create your income for you right there. And if everybody's on your team, everybody on your team, they join Gateway right away, you know, your residual income grows just from that alone. And then ordering your groceries is just a no-brainer because you're going to be paid, you know, on your grocery purchases. And, you know, a very huge reason is the money that I spoke about, you know, a couple seconds ago, is residual income. I mean, that's your growth. That's the bread and the butter right there. You know, and it's also an opportunity for somebody like me, just an ordinary person, but have an extraordinary opportunity to make money that I wouldn't make in manicuring or in anything else, you know, basically. And then, okay, go back. Oh yeah, this third thing is something that's really interesting. There will be people in this room, I'm sure, and people that will come on board that haven't even been on board yet. They're going to make 5, 6, 7-figure incomes a month. And that's, again, you need to have vision for that because if it's groceries, it's only going to get bigger. That's a huge reason. Next slide. The $29 when you get started, you know, at the bronze and pearl level, you know, this can be made from purchases, retail sales, you know, Dale Calvert's training tapes, and we have other products too, natural products, etc. But, you know, if you're brand new, you're an affiliate, you're a bronze or pearl, the training is just, it's not an option. I mean, you have to have that if you want to succeed. And your chances of success will be 100 times greater with the training. And what's really interesting is, with the 2x5 of the unit level associated with Gateway, the $29, I mean, that's a no-brainer. That will be, you know, you'll take that up in no time and you'll be paid on that. Smart people learn from their own mistakes, and really smart people learn from the mistakes of others. You know, Dale doing the training, he's been there. And if it doesn't work, it's not going to be on the training. It's not going to be there. He's already tried it. It doesn't work. So that's where you're going to save a lot of frustration and time. He spent years, you know, figuring it out. So use it. Take what he knows already and use it. And he knows exactly where you are. Like month 8, let's say, for instance. On month 8, he says, wow, you have learned to do the business, but nobody left on your team to do it with. Now what? I mean, you know, a lot of us have been through that. You have a lot of people that fall off. It doesn't matter. You can sit around and cry about it, but go out and find 10 new people. You know, what's so important is he already knows. He's been through it. It took him 3 years to figure this out years ago. And I thought when I saw, actually I even told him that, I said, wow, I was telling him, I totally understand the purpose of the training because he's been there, done that. And if we don't take advantage of it, we're missing the boat. You know, we're on a journey and we've just begun, you know, and the sky is the limit for the right person that takes this opportunity and doesn't just like sit around and watch the boob tube at night. You know, I mean, Grey's Anatomy can wait. It's on rerun. Get a DVD. I mean, DVR it if you have to watch those things. But nighttime is a great time to do your business. For me, this is what I call this. I call this Project Vision. You do what you have to do to pull out all the stops. It was not easy for me to be here. I am still on Pacific time. And right now, for me, it's barely, let's see, what is 15 after 8? You know, it's barely 8 o'clock. And we had to take 2 flights away from the airport for a long time, missed 4 days of work. But I'm here. And I will be at the next one and the next one, and regardless of how hard it is to get there. You know, it's very important because I have the vision and you have the vision. Pull out all the stops to figure out how to get your people in the gateway the minute they sign up. Even if you have to add, you know, the $30 to the price, because if they don't have it, their success is, to me, is not as great as it could be. You know, if they are, you know, in the gateway right away. Join us in the vision of the gateway, because duplication is the name of the game, and the money will come. But, you know, do it from your heart, you know, like Chuck alluded to, and of the other people that spoke, it's not about me. It's about what I can show other people to help them, and not worry about if you're a bronze or you're a pearl or you're a diamond or gold or ruby or silver, whatever. Just focus on other people and how you can help them and give them the proper training, because you're doing them a misjustice if you don't, because they won't learn it, you know, as quick and as easy as if they have that at their fingertips. So thank you so much. Have a great day.